Now we're going to do lesson 120, which is a review of lesson 109, I rest in God. The affirmation is, I rest in God today and let Him work in me and through me while I rest in Him in quiet and in perfect certainty. This statement, this affirmation is packed with amazing things. I rest in God today. Why? Because I'm in the mind of God. Nothing can hurt me. I know the truth now, and I'm going to give myself the rest because I want to receive the rest. So I rest in the mind of God and let Him work in me and through me, which means I'm going to let Him work in me. So I'm making the statement, I rest in God. That sends a signal that I am willing to receive inspiration from God. So now I am letting God work in me. The voice of the Holy Spirit gets activated. Maybe you hear the voice of an archangel, you hear the voice of intuition, you hear the voice of Jesus, Buddha. It doesn't matter what you label the voice. What you're hearing is God speaking to you in a way, in a form that feels comfortable and safe to have that experience. So I grew up Catholic, and I had, as a very young child, I had a connection with Jesus. So as an adult, even though I was not at all interested in the Catholic teachings, or Christian for that matter, I still felt an affinity with Jesus. So when I began to hear messages, it always felt like it was Jesus talking to me. It still does. Then it goes on to say, while I rest in Him in quiet and in perfect certainty. We have to make a decision that we rest inside of God. Why? Because we're in the mind of God. We are inside of God. We're inside of what is consciousness. We're not floating independent out there outside of the mind of God. Everything has been created inside the mind of God. And we need to know that with perfect certainty, because that's where our peace comes from. Now we're going to do the review of lesson 110. I am as God created me. The review or the affirmation is, I am God's son. I am God's daughter. Today I lay aside all sick illusions of myself and let my Father tell me who I really am. Let my God, whatever you want to put in there, let my Creator tell me, let my source tell me what I really am, who I really am. So I am God's child. That means inside of the mind of the Creator, I've been created because I'm wanted by the Creator. The Creator wanted to have me, so it created me. Today, I lay aside all sick illusions of myself. I am not going to think that there is a separate Laina, which is a sick illusion, that there is a separate Laina. There is a God expressed as Laina. God created the experience of being Laina as God created the experience of being you. So God, infinite possibilities, can do anything it wants. So it creates you, it creates me, so that we can have this exchange right here. Why? Because God can. So I need to remember and let go of sick illusions that I really am still in the mind of God, and so are you. So I'm sharing information not because you don't know this, but because inside of the illusion, it appears that I'm teacher, you might be student, that I'm the reader, you're the one listening, that I'm the person who can convey a step ahead of yours, as somebody has conveyed a step that's ahead of me, and we're all helping each other take one step closer and closer to the truth of who we are. So we are going to today, as we lay aside all sick illusions of ourselves, we're going to let our Father tell us who we are. When I stop thinking with my ego and blocking what I am, I begin to feel the truth of myself. I feel magnificent. I feel so grand. I feel so powerful. I feel like light. I feel invincible. I feel invulnerable, defenseless, powerful, amazing, creative, all of those things, because God is letting me know that that's what I am. As I stop blocking with the illusion of who I think I am, not good enough, not tall enough, not perfect enough, not educated enough. When I'm not thinking all of that, I'm feeling the truth of who I am. Why? Because to give is to receive. And when I'm giving my attention to the truth of who I am and I feel it, I'm receiving the awareness, the knowledge of it. Truth cannot be just believed. Truth has to be felt first. When you feel it, you don't need to believe it, because you're it. You're that automatically. So let's look at what we're going to do on the hour. I rest in God. That's our statement. We're declaring truth here. On the half hour, I am as God created me. Isn't this beautiful? how we're being assisted in remembering who we really truly are. Because once we remember who we really truly are, we're going to be the light of the world. We're going to be the one who sets everybody free. Because in knowing the truth of everybody, how can we judge anybody when we too forgot who we were, played the insanity game? We were inside of a sick illusion, just as everybody else has been. Jesus came onto the planet not to condemn anybody, but rather to uplift. So did Buddha. So did Mother Teresa in her own way. So did Martin Luther King in his own way. So did Gandhi. Many people have been trying to help us all remember the truth that has been true always. Let's not wait any more time. Why waste another couple thousand years when we can just accept the truth that is true always now? Thanks a bunch, and I hope you enjoy this lesson. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.